quiet seaside town, an evil laid to rest centuries ago, has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hello and welcome to Tabletop Gold, episode 11. My name is Kid Rock. Would be what I would say if I were singing the hit song Ba Wit Da Ba from the decade of the 90s.
You said up, jump the boogie.
My name is Lars Casteen. I worked in a radio station at the time that song came out. And I can't tell you how soon after that song became a hit, I stopped working at that radio station. I'm not saying that it's necessarily like a one-to-one relationship, but I think that the success of that song told me which way the wind was blowing, and it was not necessarily blowing in my direction. Speaking of blowing in my direction, let's meet the rest of the players on this podcast tonight. Coming to us all the way from the Tricky Triangle in North Carolina, we've got Zoe Chernicoff.
Hello.
And David, the Tin Man Chernicoff.
Yes, hello. Hello, everyone.
They call him
Hello.
that because he's got no heart on the battlefield. All ruthlessness.
That voice you're hearing now is R. Matt Humphreys from Austin, the Tin Man, Texas.
Hello. They call the town that because it was a boom city in tin mining, and actually around the turn
I would believe that I would totally believe
I
you
wish I had that kind of.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be nice? Sadly.
Wouldn't that be the alley-oop of an intro to end all alley-oops? Speaking of which, here is Robin Lange.
Hi. All the way from Astoria. That's Astoria, Queens, not Astoria, Oregon. It gets real confusing on the Reddit.
Not where the film Goonies was filmed.
Exactly.
I just got one of those like Facebook memory posts, like showing me a picture from 10 years ago. Do you know that thing I'm talking about where it shows you some dumb picture and it's usually like a screenshot from my phone of me making fun of Facebook from 3 years ago, making fun of Facebook from 6 years ago, telling me to post a thing to Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
But this thing that it showed me from 10 years ago, was actually like a pivotal moment in my life that I kind of just want to tell you about to see if you have any similar experiences. It was a picture from a day that my wife, Sunny, and I went to an amusement park, the Six Flags in New Jersey, with another couple, my friend Chad and his now wife, Heather.
It's a great adventure.
That's what it's called. And Six Flags Great Adventure. The adventure that I had was that it was 105 degrees and maybe like a couple 100% humidity the entire day that we were there. And the way that this day went, just to like sort of demonstrate just to paint a picture with as few brush strokes as possible. The first thing we did was we went on this roller coaster, King de Ka, which, if you're not familiar with it, is this like hydraulic launching roller coaster that moves you from like 0 to 95 miles per hour in the course of 2.7 seconds or something like that. So that was the single scariest thing that I ever did in my life, was get fired up this 40-story incline at 95 miles an hour. Then we went on this Batman roller coaster and Sunny barfed all over it. Like Sunny just
Batman
like
the ride?
threw up. No, not Batman.
Was it Batman
ride.
and Robin?
It was the Joker's Gambit or something like that.
I haven't been on that one.
And it was like one of those coasters that goes relatively slowly but takes like regular 90-degree turns. It's like in a box and just goes like forward, down, up, turn,
like
turn,
jerky.
down, turn. Yeah. And
That's not fun. That's a vomit machine.
Yeah, and I just by the end of the day was so hot and so dehydrated. It was so crowded that I started panicking before we were going on rides, and I just started sitting rides out, which is not something I ever thought that I would do. So this one day ruined roller coasters for me. I will never go on a roller coaster again. I believe, like from now on, because of how deeply ingrained this experience was with me.
Everyone's faces right now are tragic.
No, it's fine.
I'm actually just thinking about his poor child. Daddy won't go on the roller coaster with me. But I thought he was so big and strong.
So I was just wondering if you have ever had a day that is so hot that it changed your life.
I once got a sunburn on my back from being at the beach, and the next day, like it seemed fine. It felt fine until the next day coming home from work on the subway and suddenly experiencing like among the worst like pain of my life, like underneath my shirt and my like work bag, and being like, what is going on here? And going home and just like filling the bathtub with cold water and just laying down on my back. But I also had a work call. So I was going on and off of mute. Like I was lying in the bathtub in the cold water and like saying like one or two composed sentences at a time, and then just muting my phone and going like, oh.
That sounds like Max.
I think it's notable that Zoe has said nothing because she loves the heat and is comfortable in heat up to like 97 degrees.
I am more of a heat person. Even I have the thing I was going to share is a relatively quick story, but the hottest day I can ever remember, the summer after I graduated college, my family traveled a bit. I'm an only child, which I think has vaguely come up before, but we decided to go to Greece and Italy as a sort of like graduation trip between high school and college. And we were in Athens, Greece in August, you know, to see all the just all the sights. And I remember it was so hot that we went, there's like a changing of the guard, and it's Greek. So it's sort of different than you think of the British thing. And they do like a really silly goose walk. And I remember just like deciding I was so hot that I like lay down on the ground, and I was not certain I would like ever get up. But it was like 113. It was awful.
God.
Yeah, that's too much. It's too hot. Greece, figure it out. Get your business in order. Time to shape up or ship out of the European Union. That's what they're mad at Greece about, right?
This is not a political podcast.
Not a political podcast. Well, I appreciate everybody telling me. Armet, I'm sorry. We are out of time for this.
He chose to move to Austin. We know he's fine with heat. He chose to move to Texas.
Actually, Robin, just briefly, since moving here, my arms have actually gotten tan just from being out walking Hank so much. And it gives me nonstop delight. And like, I would either be ghost or lobster. And I'm just like, I am a reasonable human flesh tone.
Lars just showed off a serious farmer tan.
I'm mega tan right now.
Oh, I have a serious farmer tan too.
Oh, you're too low. You're too low.
These are delightful.
Yeah. You gotta get that in frame, man.
Look, I don't want to flash the guns on film.
Don't want to scare anyone.
You don't want to brandish those things around.
He doesn't want to rile up his fan base too soon.
Exactly. Gotta earn that.
Well, I appreciate everybody telling me about their heat stories. Let's, though, I think it's time to get into our game. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Into the fire.
Oh, yes.
And by fire, I mean seat of the Mitflit Kingdom.
We should have Hall of the Mountain King playing in the background.
Well, I don't have that.
But actually, this is I feel like this is inspired by it.
Zoe, you are absolutely right. You are kind of at the seat of this Mitflit kingdom. You know, during your exploration of Gauntlet Keep, you've encountered a lot of these little blue gremlins called Mitflits, attempting to train or breed enormous maggots and flies the size of livestock. But you have not run into a lot of things that explain why this is happening. That's just changed, though, as you've entered a sort of throne room built into a watchtower on the southeastern corner of the fortress. Here, you've been greeted by Boss Scrong, a particularly intelligent Mitflit who has told you, in the common language, all about his plans to fly a team of oversized insects towards the town of Otari to murder its inhabitants and take the town over. But maybe more upsettingly, he's also revealed that a team of his Mitflits have recovered the fallen bastard sword of your friend Haplo.
Rude.
And he's looking to add your weapons to his collection. So here's the immediate situation. Time is moving in slow motion. Here in this watchtower, Boss Scrong is standing in front of a makeshift throne formed from rubble, sticks, and bones, with two Mitflits whom you've already injured flanking him on the left and right. Norman, who is hiding in the hallway just outside the throne room, in reaction to hearing that Scrong has Haplo's sword, has just prepared to fire a shot at Scrong, and at the same time, Scrong has just given the command phrase to Bite, an enormous, hairless, spider-looking creature who is in the middle of pouncing straight at you. And with that, I would like you to roll for initiative. Yeah. Roll for initiative.
That was hot.
Yeah, that's new. I did that. That's a new thing that we got going on. It's that roll for initiative thing where it goes, a bunch.
Yeah. It goes, just the right number of times.
There was, just in the middle of it there was something that reminded me of that song of Genuine's Pony.
Absolutely. That was my main inspiration. That's a genre of music called ponycore that I just came up with.
Holy shit. Ponycore. So
don't
huge.
search ponycore because I think you're going to find some real weird My Little Pony stuff out there.
That's not a problem. Rolling for initiative. Please, everybody, tell me what it is that you got.
Trill rolled a 19. Not terrible.
15 for Norman.
Mag, whose back was to Norman when she when he fired that shot, rolls only a 9.
The Deem also got a 19.
First off, on the order are the two Mitflits that are on either side of Boss Scrong, who is sitting on top of his throne, ready to fight, and he just starts laughing like,
ha ha ha! Now you will see the power of Bite.
I'm not laughing at Bite. I just love his voice so much.
He's a sweetheart, isn't he?
A gem.
First up is a Mitflit that is standing right next to Trill. They are going to draw their short sword, and they look over their shoulder at Boss Scrong and stab at Trill twice. Not a great roll. That is a 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
So the short sword clangs off of Trill's harp, sending the discordant sounds of music into the air. The next roll is even worse. It's 8. Boss Scrong responds by shouting,
"You idiot! Why can't you even hit them?"
And it is now the turn of the other Mitflit, standing next to, or a little bit a ways from Mag. It's going to draw its short sword, run straight up towards Mag, and strike once. And that is not a great roll either. That is a 14 to hit Mag.
That does not hit.
And Boss Scrong is even more upset by this.
Not these vagabonds are useless. Why do I even have you around? You're crap! You're all garbage!
At this point, it's time for the boss to go. And he is going to, in a single fluid motion, dive behind his throne for cover and then pull out a blowgun from his pocket, and he is going to fire a blow dart at Trill, who is standing closest to him. Trill has cover from this, so she's going to get a +2 to her armor class here. That is a 14 to hit Trill.
That's a miss.
So it's just miss after miss after miss from this trio of Mitflits. Trill, you get the chance now to see how you respond.
So I've got this little Mitflit right in front of me. So I'm going to deal with this guy staring me down who just like tried to swing his was a sword, his dagger, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's
it
like
was not okay.
It's like a shiv like short sword.
So Trill's just going to start off nice and slow with some telekinetic projectile. So she, does a couple strokes of her harp, and she rolls a 12.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. 12. So this projectile flies straight to the Mitflit, and the Mitflit ducks.
We're like impossible to hit little demons. You'll never get us.
So that didn't do what she was hoping. And that telekinetic projectile is 2 actions. So for her third action, she's going to raise her shield.
So Trill raises a magical shield, and Vadim sees that it is time to act.
All right. So Vadim is going to basically vault over Mag and strides forward to flank the Mitflit that is menacing Trill. His sword is drawn, right? When he entered, he had it out.
No, it's going to take you an action to get your sword ready.
Okay. I'll draw the sword then, and then I will use my last action to strike at the Mitflit. 23 to hit.
23 to hit. This Mitflit is going to critically hit its flat-footed AC.
Awesome. So Vadim, as he just dashes by at an angle, he whips his body back around with the blade leading the way and slashes through this Mitflit right at the side. And I will roll damage. 10.
So 10 is enough to fully cut this Mitflit down, which you have already hit a little bit. This is one of those that ran away from you.
I need better minions. This is terrible. Any of you can work for me if you want to. Will you join me?
Vadim looks thoughtful for a second and then is like, I'm not really a follower.
Fair enough. Looks like we'll have to do this the easy way.
And at this point, it is Norman's turn. This kind of tees up something that I want to bring up. Norman, we started this encounter because Norman was getting ready to fire an arrow. And here comes Norman late in the round, which is not great for Norman, but it's something that I want to kind of talk about with the mechanics of this game. There are no surprise rounds in this game. In other games of this type, when one side sees another side, they often get what is called a surprise round. This game is not like that. You don't get a turn where you get to go without anybody else noticing. Instead of that, there's this mechanic where you can roll different skills for initiative. So like Norman was rolling stealth for initiative because he was hiding. And because of that, what the sort of situation with Norman here low on the initiative means is just that Norman wasn't really hidden that well. So when he started to move, everybody else noticed and was able to act ahead of time. However, Norman, as a rogue, has a thing called surprise attack. When he's hiding and rolling for initiative with stealth, anything he goes before will be flat-footed to him. So this giant spider monster is still unready for anything that Norman might throw at it.
And how? Or what's the verb for bowing at someone? Shooting? Shooting.
Bowing, I believe.
Bowing.
No, it is shooting. You're right.
Anything to my bow at it.
Can I just say, Zoe, how happy I am that you wear your gold cloak every game?
There's just, there's no other option at this point. I almost started this episode without it, and I would have felt empty inside. So Norman already had his bow out. He was ready to go. So he is inexplicably jealous of Bite, and he's also furious about Haplo's bastard sword on the wall. So he is going to shoot or bow an arrow at this spider.
And these are the arrows with teeth on them, right?
That's right. 4 and 8.
That's not going to hit. That 8 is not going to do it,
Not gonna
unfortunately.
do
As
it.
your arrow hits the ground in front of this spider-looking creature, which notices the arrow and starts twisting around, like scuttling, looking back and forth for where that arrow just came from.
And Norman he screams, not Haplo! And he's just, bereft. And so he fires at the spider again for a 14.
And that 14 against this spider's flat-footed AC, because you are going before it, is a hit.
Ooh.
Woo.
Okay.
As this arrow finds a weak point in the spider's chitinous exoskeleton.
And that is an 11 for damage.
Really good roll from Norman for damage.
Nice.
Makes up for that last time.
And that has injured the spider as it's this spider-looking creature as it starts hobbling around a little bit hindered by this. I believe Norman has one more action.
One more action. With his third action, he goes, what is up with that thing? It's disgusting. And he's going to see if he can figure out anything about it.
Sure. So that would be a knowledge check. That would probably be a nature or some sort of lore, if lore seemed relevant to you for this
Does
enormous
it feel like
spider
maybe
creature.
it's derived from a constellation? Would astrology lore work?
No. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
So here comes a nature check for Norman, figuring out what Norman knows about this spider creature. And the answer is not much.
Or does
This
he know
is not
two
something
things?
that you have ever seen before. No, you know 0 things, unfortunately. 0 things, the role you want least. Speaking of the role you want least, it's the barbarian, Mag. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Okay.
You have just seen this arrow fly over your head and impale this spider creature, which now looks badly injured, and there is a mitflit to your immediate right in front of you.
Am I able to grab the spider from where I am?
Yes, absolutely.
I could grab it, demoralize, and hit it.
You could, you
Yeah,
could just
let's-
punch it if you want to.
Grab, demoralize, and hit it.
All right. As the arrow flies by Mag's shoulder and embeds itself in this weak point in the spider's bony carapace.
Wait, no, my beautiful friend, what have they done to you?
Bwahaha.
Mag turns and locks eyes with the spider. This will be the worst and the last day of your life.
Yes, Mag.
Well said.
That
it will be a bad
is
day.
A 15 to demoralize.
You're gonna regret this.
A 15 to demoralize is going to work because, as a listener informed us, Mag has the intimidating glare feat, meaning that the fact that this spider creature does not understand your language doesn't mean that it is any less afraid of you. You're able to contort your face and communicate your intimidating actions in such a way that this spider shrinks away from you and you hear it start screeching like, "Hey, hey."
Intimidating glare, otherwise known as the stink eye, what every teacher needs to develop over time.
Teachers and barbarians, a lot of shared DNA there.
You're not wrong.
Because of that, the spider, this large 6-foot-long spider creature, is now frightened 1.
Woo! All right, with my next action, I am going to grapple the spider.
Spider wrestle.
As Bite cowers away, Mag follows its movement backward and leaps toward it, aiming to get her arms around its front legs, like high up on its front legs, so it will be unable to move freely. Let's see. That was a 1 on the die.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
For
Oh, no.
for an 8.
That is a critical failure.
What's coming?
A critical failure with grapple means that
Am
it
I grappled?
gets to grab you. So you try to extend your body around this frightened spider creature's legs, and you find suddenly it is wrapped around your neck and choking you out. You are now grabbed.
Oh, thought of
You are
javelins.
grabbed. You are now face to face, being pulled in closer and closer to a terrified 6-foot spider.
So Dang it.
You got one more action.
I sure do. I think I should probably use it to escape the spider.
Okay. So you can escape with an acrobatics check, an athletics check, or make an unarmed attack roll. Whichever one of those three you do, you will be at a -5 because each escape attempt is an attack, and this would be your second attack of the turn because so was your grapple.
All right. Well, athletics is Mag's big thing. I am grabbed, so I assume there's no way that I could still like try and hit it or anything. I don't have a weapon out.
Sure, you could. All grabbed means is that you are immobilized, you can't move anywhere, and you are flat-footed, meaning your armor class is lower.
I'm going to try and escape. We'll use an athletics check for that.
Oh, you should have just hit it in the face.
I am not. I'm going to get a -5 if I hit it to my roll. If I try and hit
You're
it in
going to
the
go
face.
-5 to escape.
So you think I should hit it in the face?
You get a -5 to anything. I don't know. It's so much cooler to hit it in the face. Whatever. It's your, you do what Maxes do.
Yeah.
All right. No. All right. I think she probably would. You know what she would actually do is once that shit didn't work, even though it's
Rage.
terrible from a gameplay standpoint,
Yes, do
Mag
mags.
would rage.
Do
So,
mag.
With my third action, Mag's eyes grow wide, her pupils dilate. We see red appear at the outside of her eyes, and she screams at the spider. Ah!
Ah, yeah.
That's my mag.
Nice.
That's another new audio drop I have, the hero point audio drop.
Love
Mag
to
gets a
hear
hero
it.
point for being grabbed by a terrified spider and just going bloodshot and screaming at it. Which I believe Mag now has the maximum of 3 hero points, so you probably should start using those.
I probably should have
at
used
some
one
point.
a minute ago.
Yeah,
Just
maybe,
didn't-
When you
Maybe
rolled that
so.
one,
Who
yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
Who can say? Who can say?
Well, yeah. I hope I live long enough to use them all.
At this point, you hear a voice screaming out,
Yes, choke him out. Get him. It's no problem. You've got this under control, Bite Bite. You're my favorite one. You're the best.
and at that point, Bite Bite's turn begins now. And here's what's going to happen. It is going to relentlessly claw at Mag. So here comes the first strike. You gotta draw. Nice. That is another of the music drops. That's the crit card music drop because I just rolled a natural 20.
No.
So
Oh,
here
boy.
it comes.
Can I use
This
a hero
was-
point on your roll? Or-
No.
no?
No, you can't. So here's what's going to happen. In
What's
addition
going to
to
happen is my
rolling,
character's going to die because I
Yeah.
didn't use a hero point last time.
so this is a slashing action, which means missing digits. Normal damage. The target loses 1d4 fingers on one hand and becomes clumsy 1 until subject to a regeneration spell or similar effect.
What?
Mag lost fingers.
So let's roll that damage.
Boo.
That's maximum damage on the dice. That is 9 damage to Mag.
Oh my god.
It's not.
And here's how many fingers Mags is going to lose. Are you ready? 4. Maximum
What?
roll. 4 of Mag's fingers go flying up into the air as all of the Mitflits in the room start laughing.
Oh, Trill
I'm
is
sorry.
mad.
You just rolled a natural 20, max damage, and max fingers?
Yeah, I did. How'd that happen?
I really should have used a hero point.
Yeah.
So what that means is that Mag is now clumsy 1 until she finds some kind of regeneration magic. Clumsy is a similar condition to enfeebled. except that instead of affecting strength rolls,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
it affects dexterity
Oh,
rolls.
yeah. Wait.
Wait, no, I waited. You didn't do anything. That damage happened hours ago. You did not use your glimpse
Jesus,
of
guys,
redemption.
we are blowing it right and left.
and I
Come
was
on. All right.
thinking
Everyone
about- I
focus
just
up.
got so distracted by the loss of fingers. I was very excited about that.
That's my greatest strength as a game master. is I chop off fingers and make it so that nobody can remember how to play their character.
You're just using that finger chopper enchantments on my brain.
That's right.
Damn it!
I found your weakness. It's chopping off David's
It's
character's
just
fingers.
Digit loss. It's damn digit loss.
It is damn digit
no.
loss.
Ugh.
So Mags is
I'm
now
so sorry, Mag.
now
I
clumsy
effed up.
1.
It's all good, man.
Here comes the second action from this
Oh, man.
giant
There's 2 more.
creature.
That's a bummer.
Crit fail.
As it tries to hit you one more time. That is a 19 on the die, a 19, as I said, which is a 22 to hit Mag's armor
Wait,
class.
now we do the thing.
Vadim is definitely using
Trill's
his, glimpse
furious. Vadim, do something!
So that is 8 points of damage to Mag, but you're using Glimpse of Redemption.
I am, yes. Bite has a choice to make in its arthropod brain. Is Bite the kind of spider who can see a better future for itself? As Vadim points at it and like eerie glowing mist starts coming up off of him and he says, "By Pharasma, I need you to aid my friend." The spider now has a choice to make whether or not Mag will get resistance to the attack or the damage will go through and they will become enfeebled.
What's going to happen is I'm going to put that attack through, meaning that they are going to become enfeebled and the damage is going to be reduced. They will take 5 because it's 8 minus 3. This spider creature looks like it is slightly worse for wear. But in hitting Mag that second time, it is going to use its third action. Even though it is weakened, it does not need to roll an attack because it can use an ability called Rend. It is hit with 2 consecutive strikes with its claw, meaning that it will automatically deal that strike's damage a third time as it just digs deeper into Mag, hitting her deeper and deeper over and over again. So here comes another damage roll. 2 points of damage as its weakened arm stabs at Mags one more time. We're now at the top of round 2. Vadim is standing next to the throne with Boss Scrong hiding behind it, shooting darts out of his blowgun. And then in the middle of the room, we have this giant spider creature grappled onto Mags, Trill standing a little bit away, and Norman still hiding outside the door. There is one Mitflit still standing right next to Mag. It sees that Mag is injured, and it is going to go for it with her. It has its short sword drawn, so it is going to strike once with its short sword. That is an 18 to hit Mag's flat-footed armor class.
Of 14, so that hits.
So that short sword finds a weak point in Mags for 0 points of damage, rolling a 1 on the die, -1 because these guys are not strong. Here comes another strike with that short sword as it stabs you a second time. So I just rolled a natural 20. However, the way that crit cards work, I only draw them if they are I'm only drawing them for bad guys if they are of your level or higher. These creatures are lower level than you, so I'm not drawing a crit card for this natural 20 I just rolled. Instead, I'm just going to roll critical damage with the short sword. I rolled maximum damage. That is 10 damage to Mags.
So that would mean Mag is dead.
That would mean that Mag gets knocked out because she was knocked out by a critical hit. That means that she goes straight to dying 2.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll soon have that weapon in my collection. And then I will use it and ride atop Buzzy Buzz and kill everyone. Good. This is going quite well. I feel as though this is going to be wrapped up quite soon. Good.
Oh my god, shut up! That's Trill right there.
As Trill says that, the Mitflit jumps over Mag's body and lands right in Trill's face. And
How'd that work for you last time, Mitflit?
it is now Boss Skrong's turn. Skrong, hiding behind the throne, sees Vadim and doesn't feel good about Vadim being there, so he will back up against the wall and start shooting darts out of his blowgun at Vadim. So here comes the first attack roll against Vadim. That is a 7 on the die for a 16.
Doesn't hit.
And then the second blowgun dart also. A 6 on the die for an 11.
Vadim nimbly dodges out of the way.
Okay, well, I softened him up. Now, my friend, kill him!
It is now Trill's turn. You see Mag collapsed unconscious on the ground in front of you, but you also see a Mitflit in your face, breathing down your neck. What do you do?
Trill is furious. Trill has seen her dear friend, her giant protector, fall to the ground. Trill's out for some revenge now. She starts feeling this darkness inside her it's been bubbling. It's been bubbling ever since they left Taplow. And so she finds within her one of her darkest spells. And she sees in front of her a straight line between this Mitflit and this giant spider. So she picks out some minor chords, and as the dark sounds come out of her harp, she unleashes grim tendrils.
Ooh.
Cool.
And grim tendrils, she basically casts a line right in front of her through this Mitflit, through to this giant, through Bite, and every living creature in the line must attempt a fortitude save.
From the Mitflit, that is a critical failure, 1 on the die for a 3, and from the giant spider, that is a 15 total.
They needed a 17 to pass. So that critical failure, that's a good one. The creature takes double negative damage and double persistent bleed damage.
I don't think that persistent bleed damage is going to be an issue. Why don't you go ahead and roll that negative damage, and let's see what happens.
Do I actually... Oh, yeah, damage. There we go. Let's do that. And that's 4 damage.
Okay, so doubled is going to be 8 damage. That is enough. These tendrils extend from Trill's harp and rip this Mitflit in half as it collapses
That's right.
in 2 pieces on the ground.
Right.
Okay. I guess it's up to you, Bite. Kill the rest of them.
And Bite is going to take 4 points of damage from that tendril as it also rips through Bite. That is a badly injured giant spider.
And it also
right in
now
front of
has
you.
1 persistent bleed damage.
Okay. So it starts bleeding. Not a lot of blood, but enough for it to be
But it's
gross.
persistent.
Yeah, I bet that
It is persistent.
that spider's blood is pretty gross.
Like a thick, grimy kind of.
So
yes,
that was
absolutely. That was 2 actions, I'm sure.
That was 2 actions. Am I close enough that I could pour my healing potion into Mags's mouth right now?
You would need to use an action to draw your healing potion first.
So I'll draw the healing potion then.
So Trill reaches into her pouch and fishes
I think
out a healing potion.
Between Vadim and I, well, you do what Trill would do,
so maybe
right?
that's a bad idea.
I may need a couple.
I was feeling like
don't
that
know
was
if-
a bad idea.
I don't
But
know if we should
Vadim-
quibble, guys.
Vadim can heal.
Yeah, he has lay on hands, which I'm gonna.
Yeah, but he's already at dying 2.
He also has 3 hero points, which he can burn all of to not die.
Oh, that's great. So I'm not going to do it then. I'm going to lift up my shield then. She'll lift her shield.
Trill,
Sorry, I love
shields
you.
back up.
Love you, Mag.
Trill,
good.
not really into healing so much. Let's see how that pays off when it is Vadim's turn.
Yeah, Trill, she's going to do some healing.
You just saw this tendril emerge from Trill and rip this Mitflit in half. What do you do?
So Vadim is like listening to Scrong taunt him and the party, and he's like snarling. But he turns his head and sees Mag drop to the ground with a "Ah!" He strides back, and he is going to use an action to lay on hands for Mag.
So Vadim has repositioned to the place where the Mitflit was. So Lay on Hands does an automatic healing of six hit points, which means that Mag is now no longer dying 2. She is now only wounded 1. However, she is still, vis-a-vis her missing fingers, clumsy and grabbed by this spider.
She also gets a +2 to her AC status bonus for 1 round.
Trill,
Well, she'll take it,
still
buddy.
raging as she sees her friend on the ground, but she's calmed seeing Vadim. Thank you,
And
Vadim.
then Vadim is going to turn back briefly towards Scrum and say, "I'm coming back for you." And then turns to attack the...
Well, not if Bite Bite kills you. You won't be coming back for me.
Well, okay, solid point, but I'm feeling pretty good about
Technicality.
killing this stupid spider, you know?
Well,
He's
Bite Bite has other strengths beyond its intelligence. I can't help but notice that your friend is not doing so well.
It may have other strengths, but I have a sword. It's only 1 strength, but it's a really good strength. And so he's going to slash at the spider with his Eldori dueling sword.
Wait, no, we can talk about this. Do you really want to do that?
Oh, and do I have a hero point?
Yeah, you got one at the beginning of, because we're in.
Because we broke off a 10 recently. Yes. I'm going to use my 1 hero point on this attack. This is
What could possibly go wrong?
This has never failed for me in the past.
All right, let's see what happens.
Let's do it. 16 to hit.
So 16 to hit this badly injured spider creature is enough to hit. Yes, you
Stay there.
collide with this creature.
Oh, excellent. All right, I'm going to roll
Sound of a
damage.
sword into spider flesh.
Yeah, get him, Vadim.
3. So it's a glancing blow. He manages to like slash deeply into one foreleg, but you know, there's still
It's a pretty badly
7
injured
more.
spider. Let's find out.
Wait, why are you ganging up on Bite Bite? Why would you do that?
Why would we all start attacking the giant spider?
You're cowards. You can't face off against me, the true mastermind here.
Oh yes, we're all very intimidated by your blowgun. It's terrifying.
It is now Norman's turn.
So Norman is going to seize on the fact that there is a lot happening, including healing through the power of divinity, stabbing spiders, a guy with a blowgun, 2 Mitflits that have died, and he is going to try and create
There's
a
really a lot
diversion.
happening right now.
He is going to try and create a diversion to distract Bite Bite so that he can regain a flat-footed advantage against Bite Bite, using his telekinetic abilities to start kind of, I don't know, some stones are dancing around over on the side of Bite Bite that sort of causes Bite Bite to whip his head over. Or he's going to do his best to try and distract this badly wounded spider.
Okay, so give me a deception check, please.
That is a 20.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's probably going to do something. Of course, we all know that this creature's perception is, where is it? There it is, 7. So yeah, these rocks start dancing around in the air, and the spider turns and is like,
No, don't look at those. What are you doing? Look at the one attacking you. What's happening? Bite Bite, I taught you better than this.
At which point Norman promptly puts another bow or an arrow in his bow. Someday I will get that right, and fires it at Bite Bite for an 11.
that is not a hit. As the arrow flies over Bite Bite's head.
He tries once more. This is infuriating and awful.
As that arrow misses, the spider creature whips its head back towards you and notices you, and you are no longer hidden from it. That diversion ends as soon as you attack it. What did you roll in your attack roll?
13.
And that also is not a hit. You've just seen 2 arrows fly over your head, Mags. You are grabbed by this spider creature. You are blessed with holy divinity from Pharasma. You are also clumsy because you're missing a number of fingers. Also, you've been wounded. Let's see, what else is happening? That's it.
I appear to be flat-footed, immobilized, grabbed, clumsy, prone, and wounded.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot prone. You're also prone on the ground.
She's not grabbed anymore, right?
She's grabbed.
Oh, she's still
Can you be
grabbed?
grabbed and prone?
Yes.
I am barely
Trust
living
me.
proof of that.
Yeah. So prone is going to give you a -4 to your attack rolls. You are immobilized by being held in place, meaning that you are not going to be able to stand up while you are being held.
Can I attack stuff from the ground?
Yes, but you get a -4 to your attack roll while prone.
Get out of there, man.
Yeah. Don't pull a Haplo.
I'm just saying this thing is says it's
And
near
keep in mind
death.
that you have 3 hero points also.
It's near death and I have 3 hero points. I could save those. I could run away, but then what the hell good am I going to do in this encounter? I don't know. I guess I need another lay on hands before I'm strong enough to go
Don't
anywhere
think of
near
it as
anything.
what good am I going to do during this encounter? We would much prefer that you survive this encounter.
Yeah.
You lost 4 fingers. No one's going to be like, why aren't you staying in this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could honestly probably move up on strong and start, if you were like worried about attacking and like doing some damage, move up on him. I don't think he's a huge threat.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's pretty hurt.
I'm happy to run to bail and get some distance. I just think that thing's going to follow me and hit me. No.
You could run past me and take a healing potion.
I mean, I don't know that it would follow you, and it's
That's
got
a pretty
3
good idea.
others in its way who have
Yeah,
also
yeah.
been attacking it.
All right, so I guess the plan will be escape, move fall back to where Norman is, and then take a healing potion from Norman.
Although
I guess I need to be close to you so you can lay on hands.
Vadim no longer has lay on hands. He used his 1 focus point on that. But he does have battle medicine, which he could make a treat wounds attempt on you, which would potentially remove the wounded condition. So
Battle medicine does not remove the wounded condition.
it doesn't? Okay.
No.
I think,
It's like treat wounds, but because it's in combat, it is not a treat wounds attempt. I'm with you. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, I've got Soothe, so I can do that with my last spell slot.
Okay, so David, I think now is the time to make a decision.
Yeah, all right.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and escape.
So you can do that with an athletics check, an acrobatics check, or an unarmed attack strike.
The best choice for Mag is an athletics check. And that is a 23 to escape.
A 23 to escape is going to be a success as Mag manages to just muscle her way out of this creature's loathsome embrace.
Okay, so now
Matt, get out of here!
So now I'm just prone.
That's right.
Prone also means I've dropped all my stuff?
No. The thing that means that you dropped all your stuff is that you were knocked out.
Got it.
However, you weren't holding any stuff to begin with, so who cares?
Sure. Okay. My stuff doesn't like fall off my back or like
No, this isn't dying in Doom or something.
I don't know.
All of your shotgun ammo is now rotating
You gotta
in
go back
place
to the
above
place
your
you died
body.
Yeah.
and pick it all up and hope that no one else has taken it.
You're right, guys. It's really weird of me to assume that there might be some sort of like abstruse and very adverse rule at work here. You're right. Just totally ridiculous. Okay. So Mag will, with second action, will stand, and third action move away from Bite.
I've got a healing potion for you, Norman whispers through the door.
Still sort of coming out of a fog from having been knocked out and then revived by the grace of Pharasma, cradling her left hand where 4 fingers have been cleaved off. And when she arrives at this point behind Norman, she raises her one remaining finger at the spider.
See, I assumed it was just going to be her thumb, but I like that way more.
You can guess which finger it is, dear listener.
Sit on it and spin, Spidey.
It was my pinky.
So Mags runs away from this giant spider creature and is now standing on this bridge looking out over the pond where you first fought this frog creature 4 days ago. At this point, the spider's legs contract and it leaps up into the air and pounces forward, landing next to Norman. And it is going to use its claw to attack. That is a 17 to hit Norman's armor class.
Just a hit.
Yeah, Norman gets slashed at for 3 points of damage.
I'll take that.
And then the claw, another claw comes out as it slashes a second time. That is a 7 to hit.
That doesn't hit this time. 17 just did. It turns out 7 will not.
And then it slashes 1/3
Wait,
time.
no. You moved. And you get 2 slashes. You don't get 3
know.
slashes.
Yes, I do.
What?
I do what I want. I'm mad with power from this giant spider. The spider has a skill called Pounce, which lets it jump and attack with one action.
Ugh, that's lame.
It's pretty messed up. That's an 11 to hit.
Also doesn't hit, so I hope you feel
the
smug
spider
and
pounces
unsatisfied.
towards Norman and lands a glancing blow, and then just clang clang, like two claws slam into the ground on the left and then to the right of Norman.
Not so
And
bite now, you shithead. Norman sneers at it.
here we are at the top of round 3. Boss Strong is basically, nobody is paying attention to him, and he's sort of peeking out from behind this throne that he's built for himself. However, Bite on the other end of the room is positioned between Trill and Norman within the door leading out from the room. It is Strong's turn. He is going to...
Hello? Okay, I guess I'll just keep doing this then.
and fires another dart out of his blowgun towards Vadim. That is a 16 to hit Vadim.
That will not hit.
No.
At this point, Boss Strong is going to jump behind the throne one more time. The throne shakes and looks like it's about to fall apart as he dives behind it, but it still remains upright. It is now Trill's turn.
Can we knock that shit over on him?
So Trill is kind of coming back from this dark place that brought out her necromancy skills that she had learned long ago in a different story, a different lifetime. And she noticed this dart flash by her eye as it kind of pinged off of Vadim coming from scrying, and she's like, oh, I am so over this. So Trill's gonna take a step forward and stand upon the dead body of that Mifflet. And how tall is this throne thing in front of Strong?
It's about 6 feet tall.
So very tall. So he's still pretty covered from me?
Yes, he has cover through it.
Okay. So now I can see him, yeah?
Yes.
Because he's no longer hidden. And now, on her harp, she's going to play some icy chords. And she's going to ray of frost this asshole.
Icy cool flavor. Icy
yeah.
cool breath. That lasts and lasts.
Double mint. Double your enjoyment. So she's going to...
What are you doing?
It's the statement of the great mint.
I think
It's
maybe
icy
she's
frost
chewing
blast.
gum at it.
I rolled a 25. So Trill
So
rolled a 25.
That is a hit, but not quite a critical hit against
So close.
the boss.
And she hits him for 6.
So he is frozen in place for just a moment.
What are you doing back here behind my throat? Oh! As he is hold on a second.
As he is frozen in place by this plume of frost for just a brief moment.
I think old Spidey had persistent bleed. Did it take its persistent bleed damage last time?
No, but it is taking it right now.
Sure is.
Good catch.
It sure is.
Yeah, thank you for that. I was wondering if persistent bleed was automatically put in by Foundry.
Very unhealthy. I put it in. I just didn't do it.
It's an unhealthy spider. Slightly less healthy than it was when Lars cheated and forgot to make it as unhealthy as it should have been. I'm just saying.
True.
The rolls have been very suspicious.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a trustworthy person. It is now Vadim's turn.
Vadim's just gonna start things off with a strike against the spider. He's gonna try and deflect one of the legs coming out, bash against the other one, and then try and drive in with a thrusting blow, which I rolled a 2 on the die for a 9, and I'm assuming that's not gonna hit it.
Yes, Bite, dance around the blows. Just keep dancing. You've got him. Bite, this is the beginning of my conquests.
I need to hear more chattering of teeth there, please.
Yeah.
That was not bites, but scrongs.
He's cold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's still cold. He's still
right.
chilly. He's not frozen, but he's chilly.
Unfortunately, Mitflit biology is just very different from what you assume. So what I did is fully canonical. I'm sorry.
Oh, they run cold? Okay. Sure. Fine. Whatever.
Next time, I'll get it right.
So Vadim is going to make a second strike against the spider. Another 2 on the die for a 4. Well, that's disappointing.
Brr, keep dancing, yes. Look at those moves, brr.
How about that? How about
I
that?
appreciate that. Thank you.
Vadim is just going to look at his sword like, what? How could... This has never happened to me before, you know?
I swear, it's never happened before. I swear. Yeah, that's what they all say.
He's going to raise his buckler.
Mag thinks to herself, this is just how weapons work. You just kind of, you take them out and you just sort of wave them in the air near where an enemy is.
Next thing you know, you're being killed by a spider.
After Vadim cuts twice and misses at this giant spider creature, Norman realizes that the spider creature is distracted by Vadim on the other side.
Lars, talk to me about the mechanics. I want to get Mags a healing potion. Is just taking it out and giving it to her 1, or is that 2 to take it out and hand it?
That's going to be 2.
Well,
kill it.
Yeah, it's a killer, right?
So Norman is whipping his head back and forth at Mag, who's, standing in shock at her middle finger up at, let's call it the omniscient narrator who's controlling all of this and cheating whenever he can. And Norman is just like, all right, I got to get rid of this thing. So he...
Zoe, I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
Oh, shit.
That's so omniscient narrator. Oh, my God.
Get out of my head with your mind enchantments.
And he fires an arrow at Bite for 22 on the die.
22 on the die is...
Not on the die, 16 on the die.
Sorry, yes. A total of a 22 roll is
That
a
would be
hit.
Very good roll.
And that is 6 damage with the flat-footed condition.
6 is a bigger number than 1, meaning that this spider creature gets blasted through the head with your arrow and
Norman!
collapses on the ground.
And Norman goes, "Who bit whom, huh?" And he pulls out a potion and hands it to Mags.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I only want to give one of these per turn per game, but
Yeah.
No, what did you do to my precious Bite? What? Get up, you little angel, get up.
I bit the biter.
No, you fired the bow at it.
Whatever.
it is now Mag's turn.
Mag is holding the healing potion from Norman, correct?
Yes.
So she's taken it with her fully fingered right hand. She pulls it up or she draws it up to her mouth. Using her teeth, she unstoppers the cork and spits it to the ground and says, "Night, night, bite, bite."
Yeah!
Chugs the potion.
So you are going to heal 1d8 of hit points.
Okay.
Let's call it an 8, right?
That is a 7.
Oh,
Not bad,
love
okay.
to hear it. You love
So Mag
to hear
heals
it.
7 hit points as she drinks this healing potion.
I'm going to come into the room here. So I'm sitting just south of Vadim, which is going to make it a little bit harder for old Boss Skrong to get away. And then, you know what? I'm just going to draw the Morning Star and wait right there in the middle of the room.
He left it for you. It's like he wants you to use it.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Here we are at the top of round 4. Boss Skrong is cowering behind this makeshift throne that is shaking around uncontrollably at this point, and the 4 of you are closing in on him. He is going to first scream in Trill's face and draw his trident and whips it around in a circle and says,
Well, now that the appetizers are over, why don't we enjoy some hors d'oeuvres?
I think hors d'oeuvres come first.
and the trident flies in Trill's face.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, for
Christ.
God's sake, I hate this jingle. You've written a terrible jingle and we all hate it. We don't want to hear it anymore. Turn it off.
Nice. So I'm going to draw a crit card. I rolled a 20 on the
How
die.
is this your third 20?
I don't know.
None of us have rolled
Look,
20s. It's rigged.
I know. It seems rigged. It's messed up. This is going to be a painful poke, meaning that Trill is going to take double damage, which is going to be maximum damage on the roll. That is an 18 damage to Trill.
I'm sorry, what?
Of redemption, please.
Lars loves that. He loves
Lars
what's
is
happening.
so happy.
Oh,
Here
is it
comes
hard
the
for you right
glimpse
now?
of redemption.
Is it hard for you?
Should we
What's happening?
make a little audio drop for Glimpse of Redemption that can haunt your nightmares tonight?
We probably should. So he pauses for a second as he considers doing something better. He blows right through that. This is the best time he's ever had. So this is going to be only 15 points of damage to Trill. Boss Skrong is
Well-
now enfeebled 2. And,
least she's still
and Trill,
standing.
from the thing that I drew on that card, this painful poke, Trill is now stunned 1, which means that Trill doubles over in pain and needs to spend an action on her turn getting rid of the stun condition, essentially meaning that she has 2 actions on her next turn.
Let's try that one more time then, shall
As he doubles over, himself in pain from being enfeebled by the magic of Pharasma. But here comes another trident strike. Does a 4 hit you?
No.
Did you not roll that
No.
well that time?
No.
No, that time I didn't
Raise your
roll
hand
well.
if you feel bad. Oh, it's just Mag's one finger.
He heaves the trident up in the air and then goes, ah! And plunges the trident down, pulled down by its weight into the ground. It is now Trill's turn as she sees Skrong struggling to lift this enormous weapon.
So Trill uses that one action, the first action, to get rid of the stunned condition. Obviously, she shakes herself off. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. So first she's gonna do lingering composition. That one takes a focus point.
Yep, and you do a performance check to see how well this next spell is going to go.
And Jesus Christ, it's a 13. 4 on the die.
So that means that this next composition is going to last 1 round, but you did not spend the focus point.
Great. Okay. So my first actual action is inspire courage.
Great, which will fill all of your friends with great courage.
I picture little kind of pink lights coming out of the harp at this point, very kind of Princess Peach-esque, just to try and cheer everyone a
lovely.
little bit.
Inspiring.
And with her third action, she's gonna move the fuck away.
Yes, that's right. Run from me. Everyone does. Soon, my army of insects will feast upon you.
And as she moves away, she looks at him and says, I can get you from just about anywhere, but you can only get me from here. Be frightened. And she does a couple trills on her harp as she steps away from him out of his reach.
That is scary, but it doesn't frighten me. I'm made of stronger stuff than that. You don't get to be a military mastermind. Just being frightened of a scary little harp.
Yeah, wait till Vadim gets to you.
And Vadim is going to get to him right now because it is Vadim's turn.
So Vadim strides, and he's not moving fast. He's just sauntering up to Scrong while tapping his blade against his hip. And he says, "It's finally time for us to play together." And he makes a strike with his Eldori blade. 18.
18 is a hit.
Awesome.
Okay.
As you duck behind the throne and catch him off guard.
So Vadim has walked around the throne, and he just does a little head fake, and when he flinches a little bit, he just whips the sword out and slashes him across the shoulder.
Like those guys who are
for
always really good
5.
at basketball and do the fakes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been doing this since he was a kid. He's not dealing he's not scared of Scrong. And then with his last action, he will strike again with the sword. And that's a 4 on the die for a spicy 7. 7, 7. Lucky number 7.
Only a cheater would say that doesn't hit.
It's now Norman's turn.
So Norman, he goes, I am so sick of this. I thought this would be over quickly and I could collect their teeth and we could get on with our lives. And he uses telekinetic projectile to try and push this throne down on this guy. That's a 16.
16 is enough as a piece of rubble flies across the room and slams into the throne, which starts teetering back and forth above Boss Scrong's head. Let's roll some damage.
8 damage. 5 on the die for 8 damage.
And the throne explodes. Bone, wood, moss, everything starts flying everywhere. And Boss Scrong...
What? Oh no! Oh no!
and he tumbles over, falls prone, and just starts cursing an undercommon.
I don't mean to be rude, but it's almost as though the symbol of your tangible authority has crumbled. And now there is only you lying on the ground.
Crying.
And Norman from the back corner mumbles to himself, I was just going to say monarchies are overrated, but that was much more awesome.
And Mag just holds up her middle finger again.
Norman has got one more action.
He is going to fire an arrow, hopes of finishing this guy off, but it is just a 13. The arrow whiffs past him, clattering at the base of Haplo's sword.
Mag just saw this throne explode and Boss Scrong tumble to the ground as it becomes her turn.
Mag's ready to finish the job here. So she's going to move just south of Boss Scrong down here. Vadim is standing directly north.
Nice to see you, Mag. It's about time you got back to the party.
It's nice to be here.
Shall we?
Let's. She stares down at Boss Scrong's prone form on the ground. And as before, the blood begins to creep in at the edges of her eyes. She tenses all of the muscles in her limbs. The one finger on her left hand closes against the still bleeding wound. Her knees bend slightly as she raises the Morning Star. And with her third action, she strikes this little creep on the ground.
Yeah, Mag.
Norman's quietly going,
Trill's limping up and down. Yeah, she's not fully hopping because she's pretty injured.
That is a
fumble card because you fumbled hard.
yeah, these jingles just didn't end up landing, huh?
I'm going to go ahead and hero point that, please.
Gosh, it's like
Yeah.
Dashboard Confessional just ruined the day again.
I have attempted to damage 2 times this session, and they have both been natural ones.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why.
I do. I think we all
don't
know what's
why.
happening. It's rigged.
Yeah.
So Mags is going to spend a hero point here, which is good because you have 3, and that's the most you're able to have.
Yeah, so that is a 15 to hit.
A 15 against Boss Strong, prone on the floor, is a hit.
I thought you were going to say is a miss, like a total jerk. I'm going to be honest. That's where I'm at right now.
Listen, I'm not actually being hyperbolic here. Just happy to be alive. Here is a damage roll.
Happy to be nominated.
And that is a 1 on the die for 6 damage.
All right.
So you slam the Morning Star down onto Boss Strong.
Okay. I give up. I give up.
And he stands up and plunges the trident into Mags' torso.
If he rolls a 20, we know it's all fake. I mean, it would be into her knee, right? He's not very big.
She's quite big, yeah.
You're absolutely right.
No, you take that back. This is a load of crap.
This is, I don't believe it.
Nice.
I would like to send an
Nice.
email to Foundry VTT right now.
So let's see what that crit card is,
Typing
shall
away
we?
right now.
Okay. It seems as though
Seems as though our
Boss Scrong's
cheating.
trident has been lying in some nasty places because I need you to roll a fortitude save. David, no longer talking to me, backed away from the microphone, sitting back in his chair.
Faces are long. Faces are long all around.
See, this is how you lose friends. You decide to become a game master.
And only roll 20s.
Against
While
the same
I only
person.
roll 1s.
Against the same person.
Oh, I am going to glimpse of redemption this, just so we know.
What a fun game.
Regardless of what the damage is.
My fortitude save is a 13.
So a 13 is not going to make it. Would you like to spend a hero point?
Yeah. All right, my fortitude reroll is a 17.
17 is enough for you to resist this disgusting filth fever you could have gotten. Here comes the critical damage from the trident. Pretty good damage roll.
Glimpse of redemption, please.
That was 12 damage, and it is now 9 damage instead. As Boss Strong says,
Okay, no. Now I surrender. Now is the time that I give up.
And stab.
Just kidding.
and he whips around and stabs at Trill with his trident.
No, Trill's way
Sorry,
far away.
at Vadim with his trident.
Trill's nowhere near him.
I bet he
goes
can
and-
stab at Trill
okay,
suddenly through
he
some special
stabs at
ability.
He stabs at Vadim
Well,
with his trident.
if you have 4 or more crit cards in a single session, your weapons have range of 98 feet.
So that's a 14 to hit Vadim.
That does not hit.
And
Vadim
that is-
easily guides the trident's tips out of the way with his blade.
That's right.
And that is it for Boss Strong's turn. It is Trill's turn. You look over and you see this guy refusing to give up, just tridenting all of your friends in the face. What do you do?
Well, so Trill's in a lot of pain. Trill is kind of doubled over. She's bleeding a little bit, if not a lot. But Trill also knows the fight's not over. And you know what? The ice worked on him once. Why wouldn't it work again? So she's going to Ray of Frost this guy again.
So true.
And rolls a 13.
So a 13 against Boss Strong is a miss as the Ray of Frost slams into the wall over his head.
Well, since...
Don't worry, I'll get to you as soon as I'm done taking care of these 2 children that you've sent to attack me.
And she just glares at him and raises up her and strums another fortified couple strings on her harp and raises up her magical shield.
It is now Vadim's turn. You are standing with Boss Strong between you and Mag, and he's feeling pretty good about himself.
So it seems. Vadim, however, is not thrown off by any of his taunts or anything. For his first action, he draws a dagger in his offhand. His second action, he makes a lightning fast slash with his Aldori dueling sword, the curved blade scything through the air. That is a 18 to hit.
That is going to hit as you catch Boss Strong in the underside of his arm as he's waving his trident around like that Star Wars kid from that meme from 500 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. That is 6 damage.
Okay. Now I give up for real. I do give up now. Now I get it. You've got me. You've got me. I give up. I'm done. Not gonna mess around with you guys anymore. You've clearly defeated me. Please, I beg for my life.
Everyone in the room is just...
Before we kill this guy, I assume we want to. Is there any reason to do non-lethal damage and take him prisoner?
Nope.
Yes, if he's serious about his attempt at... I guess Vadim couldn't do this in the moment, but he's just going to make a non-lethal strike with his dagger because he's saying he's not going to do that. So this is a +1 as opposed to a +2. Or
I've
+3.
been redeemed. I fully have been redeemed.
You are such a brat. For a 12, which I'm assuming does not work.
A 12 does not work.
He goes in to try and bash Strong on the head with his dagger, and Strong is just not there. And that's his turn.
After Vadim fails to hit Strong with the broadside of the dagger, it is now Norman's turn.
Norman just shakes his head and he goes, I don't take prisoners. I only see darkness. And he fires another arrow at this guy. For 17 to hit.
That's going to hit.
That's 9 damage.
So 9 damage is enough for Boss Strong and all of the secrets that he could have told you to die. As he...
Dang.
Buzzy Buzz, where are you?
And he collapses on the floor.
Go to the darkness, Norman whispers. And Norman walks across the room and grabs Haplo's sword and hands it to Mags.
And Vadim turns to Norman, furious.
Oh.
What the hell? By Pharasma's bones, he asked for mercy.
He didn't want mercy. He was just going to stab the next person he could. I'm not interested in your judgments, man. I'm interested in darkness and I'm interested in light, and that guy was nothing but dark.
You're interested in darkness. You know nothing of darkness.
Hey, guys.
And Vadim catches Norman sort of irritatingly distracted by looking at his back molar.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I'm not looking at anything. Mags, take Haplo's sword. And Norman walks to the corner to cool off.
Yeah, Vadim is kicking one of the other dead mid-flits for a while to work out some feelings.
Trill's like, okay, so listen, Vadim's probably right that maybe we could have gotten some more information out of him about what the heck is going on around this place. But he did kind of sick that giant bite spider on us and nearly kill Mag. So, I understand where you're both coming from.
Norman kind of shrugs petulantly.
Is sort of like rubbing his hand on his head and comes back up. It is not the killing I object to. We probably would have had to slay him if we could not capture him. But he's asking for redemption. Everyone has a shot at redemption with Pharasma. When you come before her, she knows your fate. But she gives you a chance. This is all we can ask from life. A chance. A chance for something better. I'm disappointed in you, Norman.
You know what? I gave us our chance for something better. Somebody lost 4 fingers out there, and we just needed to get out of here. So we're going to have to agree to disagree or whatever.
Mag, come here. I will treat your wounds.
Mag walks over to Vadim and glares over her shoulder at Norman. I did lose these fingers. I lost these fingers so we could learn what was happening in this keep. And now we're no closer than we were before. He said he came from below. He said he's been organizing these Midflit army and training these creatures. We've been wandering through these rooms at peril to ourselves and to our fallen comrades. And we know little more than when we started. We have got to find ways to unlock the secrets that are here. We can't do that if we turn away from opportunities like this.
You know what? Norman says. You think this guy was why we were here? This guy is a distraction. He's some little plot device that's just here in this keep. We're here for that light. There's some omniscient narrator messing with us, and this guy was nothing more than some little ne'er-do-well villain who we just had to get rid of so we could move on. All right?
Trill's little head just keeps going back and forth between everyone in this argument. And then she kind of pauses and goes, well, he said below. Were there stairs in the other room? Do we need to go down below before we can go above? This place is so complicated.
Well, I suppose we will have to go down below. And now we'll have to go down there completely unprepared. No idea what awaits us. No information, no intelligence. No way to see around corners except by sticking our necks out.
But you know what I've learned, guys? We need to, for this to be successful, we need to do this together. We can't fight like this. If we're going into something and we don't actually know what we're going into, and we're arguing with each other like this, then someone's gonna die again. And I'm not okay with that.
You think I don't know someone was gonna die? He could have killed Mags just a second later. I think we learned our lesson with Haplo. Don't you think we learned our lesson with Haplo? We can explore. We can learn things. I'm sick of doing everything myself, Norman says, getting even more petulantly and weirdly teenage-like.
I think we just need to listen to each other more. Because if we just keep trying to do everything by ourselves, which I know you're always thinking about yourself, Norman, and I know I'm trying to keep myself safe, but if we just keep thinking about ourselves, then we're never going to get anything accomplished here.
Vadim lets out a long sigh. Thrill is right. What's done is done, we cannot change it. But we must learn to communicate more effectively between us. We were running around the entire field like mad dogs. No coordination, no strategy, no communication. Can we not shout to one another during battle? It is something we will have to work on.
Yeah.
And at the phrase mad dogs, Norman's eyes narrow. And he walks out the door and slams himself back against the stone wall there. Just sighs.
Love it.
Mag takes this as a sign that Norman at least understands that the rest of the party is committed to greater coordination and thinks maybe Norman is out there thinking it over with no possible notion of what's underneath. And Mag holds her hand out to Vadim and
Which
asks, "Is there anything that can be done?"
Sadly, this is beyond my skills, but I can at least bind the wounds.
As that's going on, Trill goes over to the body of Boss Strong and with her dagger pries out one of his molars to bring it to Norman as a little peace offering.
And like moved by this, Norman sort of, his body language softens a little, and like around the corner of the door, he goes, "We should go back to Rin. Rin will know what to do. She'll be able to fix the hand, I bet, or send us to someone who can. I know this sucks. We'll work together." I'm sorry.
I like that idea. Going back to Rin. Maybe we should go check in again.
And Mag steps forward and says, "Norman, I thank you. And Trill, I thank you most of all. Your wisdom shines through. But before we return to Rin, I think there's something we need to do. Something that requires 4 people." She holds up her mangled hand. "I'm missing 4 fingers. Perhaps we could find one each."
Oh.
I think I saw one throw up in the corner.
Teamwork makes
there's
the
one,
dream
There's
work.
one right here, Norman says, and he picks one up that's right at her feet.
Oh,
Don't step on it.
I think there's one just under Bite here. Let me just kind of move him up a little bit.
Let me help. Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
yeah, we got it. Thank you.
I don't see any of them because I was super unconscious at the time.
And Norman mumbles to himself as he's, picking up the finger and dusting it up. It's a good thing we're going back to town, so we don't have to have a whole sequence where we burn all these bodies.
So the 4 of you start moving your...
Before we go, Vadim is going to make a quick once-over over Boss Strong to see
Definitely going to check everything
Yeah,
before
we need to check
burn
for
it.
treasure and traps and
obviously, yeah.
fingers and
just loot the
Loot all
shit
the
out of this, please.
Loot him, then burn him.
secret
There's the matter
monsters.
of my payment.
Can I do a secret monster check?
So the 4 of you don't find anything of particular value here. You find Haplo's bastard sword. One of you, who grabs that?
Norman, give it to
Mag.
Mag.
Yeah.
So Mags grabs that and ties the sheath to her waist. And then the 4 of you turn and walk out of Gauntlet Keep back towards Otari, just as the sun falls below the horizon.
Oh, snap.
And as you walk forward with the keep at your backs, a blue light lights one more time at the top of the lighthouse, seemingly calling to you. And we'll pick up from there next time.
Woo! Like boats borne ceaselessly into the past.
The Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production, produced under the Paizo Incorporated Community Use Policy. The Roots of Ruin uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's Community Use Policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Paizo does not recognize, endorse, or sponsor this project in any way. Original characters and content are the property of Tabletop Gold. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. Email us at letters@tabletopgold.com and find all our social links at tabletopgold.com.